Past 23 years, Mandela National Stadium, Namboole, has been home to the senior football team, the Cranes. That status is now under threat following an inspection tour by Confederation of African Football officials in March that found the stadium wanting. When Confederation of African Football released a report in April, they confirmed that the sitting area, the pitch, floodlights, the venue operation center and the media center, among others, were obsolete. That scenario means the Cranes can't host upcoming Africa Cup of Nations and World Cup qualifiers at the facility in its current stand. That seemed to propel government into action with a ministerial statement delivered by Sports State Minister Namboole confirming plans for renovation and upgrade.
The government in the coming days, through the Ministry of Education and Sport, will embark on the plan to renovate and upgrade Mandela National Stadium at Namboole to internationally acceptable standards in a phased manner, starting with the needs assessment.
Obua is optimistic that by the next visit of CAF inspectors for final judgment, basic requirements like the dressing rooms, all-seater status and the playing pitch will be finalized.
You are all aware that the Ministry of Education and Sports, through the Minister of State for Sports, in February 2020, with a team assembled here, visited Mandela National Stadium. A report was written, discussions were held, and the ministry then agreed in principle that this national sports facility should be renovated and upgraded. So phase one was consultation and agreement within the Ministry of Education, and that one is already done.
That first phase will complete government's short-term target, with other phases going through mid-term and long-term intentions that will elevate Namboole to world-class status with its land title.
Building Code 2019, the mandate of needs assessment, the assessment that should produce bill of quantities, falls within the Ministry of Works and Transport. The First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports has already written to our counterpart, the Minister of Works and Transport, to constitute a professional team to conduct the needs assessment and come up with the bills of quantities for upgrade and renovation of Mandela National Stadium.
As it stands, national team football can only be played at St. Mary's Chitende in Uganda. The stadium, however, faces CAF restrictions, which say the stadium isn't fit for FIFA games like the World Cup qualifiers.
I think for the last 10 years, every 2 years, there's a technical cooperation that the government of Uganda and the People's Republic of China signs, and there is technical support. We do every 2 years some upgrades, some renovations, like the irrigation systems, the power system. So every 2 years, there is something that is done. The only difference today is that now we are going for the full-scale upgrade.
I must also mention that there has been an upgrade in the standards that are required. Probably in the past, certain things have been acceptable, but the improvement in the requirements by CAF definitely we are making us fall outside the minimum requirements. Now that with the COVID, it means that probably the inspection in June may also not be possible, considering that the games that had also been scheduled have also been moved forward. It gives us a little bit of time. We are not yet sure when the games will return for us to be able to work on the short-term requirements.
Mandela National Stadium, Namboole, opened in 1997 with the first game there settled by a Fred Tamale goal for Express FC against SC Villa. The Cranes have turned it into a fortress, with several top teams including Nigeria, Togo and Ghana facing the music. For ABC, Helen Barbara and John Barnes Sintam.
We maintain it in a very good condition.